Peace out. So today, I figure I try something new. So I think I'm gonna just take a couple topics, especially like when I'm in the state of mind, the place that I'm in right now. I'm in a trigger state right now. Like I'm experiencing an episode. I'm currently in the episode, which is why I'm actually just turned on the camera. I want to talk about today. What I want to talk about today is triggers. Small ones, big ones, small ones that lead to big ones. With all those triggers. Triggers are certain situations or scenarios or examples that occurs to a person that sends them back to their most effective mental disorder. Right? And those examples could be small things, like somebody just asks you to throw something away, somebody ignoring you, somebody who said they would be there for you and they're not there. These triggers range. From the smallest to the largest triggers. Because these triggers could be triggered by the smallest of things. The smallest of things provokes what the outside people would call episodes of us lashing out. The outside people would call those triggers lashing out. And because those triggers can be affected by the smallest of things, which provokes the biggest reactions from us, the outside world, the outside people call it lashing out. You too emotional. You and your feelings. You crazy. And all this and this. But none of them people actually takes the time out to just ask us what's wrong. Why did we react like that? Those triggers will cause us to react and place us back into our defensive mechanisms or our coping mechanisms. And those triggers are usually mislabeled from the outside people. And I say they are too inconsiderate to even ask us what's wrong. Why did we react to that the way that we did? But my problem is, or the problem that I have with people is the fact that I'll communicate that I've been triggered. I'll communicate my actions. I'll communicate why I am reacting the way that I am. And it gets treated like I didn't say anything or it doesn't mean anything. So that's a trigger on top of a trigger. And now I'm just triggered and don't know what to do, because at this point I feel like I'm running out of options, which is why I'm here talking in front of this camera, venting in front of the camera. And one thing about the videos I post, I usually promote them by sending the link to people. That's when I'm not sending out to nobody. If it's for you, you're gonna see it. I need you to understand, for the ones that's listening, I need you to understand that it's okay not to be okay. When you are triggered, it's not your fault. You aren't crazy. You aren't emotional. You aren't out of your mind. You aren't angry. But you are experiencing pain. And given the culture that we grew up in, we're taught that we can't even express that pain. Especially being a male. We go through our entire life trying to find ourselves. Just to unconsciously allow the culture to paint the picture of who we are for us. We'll be right back, y'all. I need you to understand. I need you to understand that you are not the problem. No matter how many times that they try to tell you, because trust me when I tell you, they will constantly try to remind you and tell you that you are the problem. Always remember, you are not the problem. It's not our fault. We can't pick and choose the life that we live, right? So we wasn't given these defense mechanisms, right? We just developed it from the pain, the suffering that we've been through, right? And when these defense mechanisms are present, people blame us and tell us that we're the problem. I need you to understand that you're not the problem. You're not the problem, no matter how many times that they try to tell you that you are the problem. We are not the problem. The problem is the people that label us as the problem. They don't take the time out. They're so selfish and stuck in their ways that they don't even take the time out to ask us what's the problem. So when we express the problem, it comes with so much pain and agony and lashing out, or craziness, or emotional, because it's coming from so much built up. We don't have an outlet. We don't have an outlet to express these problems or these feelings, these experiences, this pain and suffering that we're going through. So we bottle it up. What happens with anything when you bottle anything up? You keep adding to that bottle. What's going to happen to that bottle? That bottle is going to eventually overflow. So when it do overflow and we express the way that we do, it comes out like a bomb. And we blow up. And then at the end of the day, we always the ones that feel bad. Because now that we got our emotions out the way, we expressed our emotions, now we're thinking logically. We're thinking about the people that we're thinking about the people that might have experienced that experience with us, or that lashing out, or that we're thinking about the feelings that we heard. We're thinking about the people who just saw that ticket time bomb explode. And then we start taking blame, so that makes us feel even worse. Not only do we have our own personal experience, our own personal episode that we're going through, we're adding on other people's episodes now from our episode. People just need to take the time out to take genuine consideration upon things like this. Because these triggers may seem small to y'all, but no, they are astronomically big to us. And we're so afraid of people misunderstanding us when we do express these things that we keep it to ourselves. And that usually leads to isolation. So now we become loners. Then we get mislabeled for that. So I started this off I started this video off with the different levels of triggers, from the small ones to the big ones. Now just imagine the small ones and the big ones. The small ones, the middle ones, and the big ones all simultaneously happening and occurring at one time. We experience that. Some better than the others. Some deal with it better than the others. But we experience that on a daily basis, and nobody is there to ask us, are we okay? What are we going through? Why are you acting like that? Why are you reacting like that? Why when I ask you this, you act like that? It's called the trigger. Unbeknownst. No, we're not going to quickly want to talk about it because we've been harboring this pain and suffering for so long that we don't even trust nobody with the information. Can you blame us? I mean, who's really going to be quick to understand somebody's episode? Right? Somebody's lashing out episode, somebody's emotional episode, right? Can't blame us for not trusting y'all. This is the reason why we don't trust y'all. Because we get mislabeled. Crazy, emotional, angry, evil. And we really just hurt, suffering, misunderstood, want to be heard, want to be loved. It's not fair to us. Because at any given time, if it's vice versa, we'd be more than quick to understand what they are going through. Those same people that mislabel us with these things, we tend to never mislabel them, always be there for them. And that hurts even more. Because then at the end of the day, we have nobody besides ourselves. Because we only understand ourselves. We only get ourselves. You know how hard it is to express or articulate years of pain and suffering? Pain and suffering that you were taught that you can't speak about? Because that labels you as weak? To the outside world? To the people who mislabel us? Take genuine consideration upon us. Ask us how we're doing. Ask us why do we react to your questions like that. Ask us why do we react to your demands like that. Ask us why we don't express certain things. Ask us why we don't express it all. Ask us how we are doing just on the daily basis. That's what I challenge y'all to do. Reach out to your close ones who you know suffer through these mental disorders on a daily basis, and just reach out to them and ask them, are they okay? You'll be surprised how that makes somebody's day. Trust me. I think that's it, y'all. Peace, y'all. Peace and light.